So if you were in a rush to get here, whatever you had to deal with to get here this morning, you're here now and it's all perfect. We weren't supposed to start at a hard 9 o'clock deadline. Today is a retreat, a opportunity to step back from life a little bit, from how life normally goes, and there's always something that you have going on that you're in a hurry to. This is Lexi's playlist. I don't know who this is. It could. So we got a lot to do today, but not in the doing sense of like hurry up and get it done and all this work to be done. This is a day that you're going to have a chance to work on you, and I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. But the first thing this morning is whatever you had to do to get here and whatever emotion or feeling or whatever you had to deal with the kids and somebody's sick or somebody might be sick and the traffic and the girl didn't show up with the products and you had to rearrange however your morning went, whatever the one word is that would describe your morning this morning. Babysitter. Whatever that word is. So I'm going to give you a chance to, in just a moment, have you stand up and go around and introduce yourself or say hello to anybody you haven't gotten a chance to say hello to yet today, and tell them that one word that would describe your morning today. It could be awesome, I'm so happy. That's not one word. Awesome. Or I love this morning. Or it sucks. Or I'm frustrated. Or I'm annoyed. Whatever that word is, you share that with somebody this morning, as many people as you can get around to say hello to, anybody you haven't said hello to. So just take a minute to do that. Get up, walk around, land wherever you land when you get back in your seats, not next to a number that is the same as yours. So, on 3, you could stand up and do that. 1, 2. Not the best year of traffic or somebody being sick or graduate cosmetology student. What was your word? What were some of the words for this morning? Anxious, hectic, eventful, traffic, caffeine, grateful. What else? Hot. Just when you got here, that started earlier, before you got here with it. Okay, all right. Okay, wherever you are, whatever the word is for you, or whatever the emotion or feeling is, it's all perfect. It's the way it's supposed to be. There's no right way to be here today, so whatever you had to deal with, whether it was the traffic or somebody being sick or whatever got in your way this morning, it was all the way it's supposed to be. So, and even the person you're sitting next to. You guys aren't both 2s?
I'm 2, yes, I guess she is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You had one direction.
All right, what is today about? It's the first time that we've been together like this in...
Since our last Christmas party here
Was
in
it-
2017.
It's been a long time. Yeah, we haven't been together as a family, as a group like this in a really long time. So it's a big deal.
Is everybody here?
No.
Everybody's here who's supposed to be here right now. So,
Lucy's not here.
yeah.
Raylan's not here. Where's Melinda? Melinda's not here. Oh, Melinda's in Orlando. Convenient.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
I will defend her.
Yeah.
Dilmick is here all the way from Nicaragua.
Yeah, welcome back. You had a good trip?
Here.
You had a good trip? Yes? And Brenda just in from the Alps.
Yeah. Big hiking trip.
Welcome home.
I feel like I just saw pictures of
I was stalking you.
She is today.
Yeah, like when were you on the Alp? What day? What was the last one? When were you last hiking? How many days ago? 3 days ago? Okay. Okay. You back on our time yet? Oof. All right, so today we're going to interrupt the ordinary. It is a chance for us to get related to each other, to do some work on ourselves. And there was a lot of things we could have set this day up for. We could have worked on specific areas of the business like customer service or techniques, or had a guest artist come in and do things along those lines, which would be great. But one of the things about our company, which is in its 44th year, so it was opened in 1980, so we're going to be going into our 45th year, which is an incredible accomplishment. It's a really big deal for any business to be around for that number of years. It's most businesses, have a lifespan of maybe 3 years. Most people graduate cosmetology school. 80% of them are not in the business after 5 years. But most businesses, especially salons, restaurants, any form of businesses, to be around for 44 years is a really big deal. It's a big accomplishment. And to have 3 separate spaces, all with their own unique personalities, but with the same heart, that are successful for that many years. That's a big deal. But it's not the business that is the thing. It's not the company that is the thing. Is that somebody's phone?
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. Just making sure everything's okay. Yeah, that digital detox is a part of today too. Yeah, that's the other thing. How many are feeling anxiety about that already? Like the phone? Yeah.
Only because I left my baby with somebody for the first time that's not my mom.
Yeah, so some of you left your babies and your children with other people. So it's not the business that's the thing, because the business is just, it's just the name, it's the entity. But what has us be who we are and what has us around for as long as we've been is the people. It's you. It's all of you collectively put together that makes this entity be what it is, this place that people want to come to, this place that people trust, this place that people go to get whatever it is that they need. Obviously, they go there and it's a self-esteem boost for them. They feel good. They look good. You make them look great. You've got incredible talent to make people look phenomenal. But there's that other thing that they get there that they don't know that they need, and that's that how they feel that they get to be loved, known, and appreciated. So there's this special thing that happens to them when they're in there, and that's because of all of you. That's because of the people that are inside each space collectively believing in the same thing. And even though you're all very, very different from each other, but there's some commonality to what you each have that makes it so special, that makes it what it is. And that's what has it be an organization that continues to thrive and exists through all kinds of chaos in the world. I mean, when the company opened in 1980, what are interest rates now? 7,
Last time I checked, 7.125.
7.125. You just bought a place,
2
right?
months
Yeah,
ago.
yeah. So in 1980, interest rates were 19%. Inflation was 14%. And over time, there's been cycles of that, recessions and pandemics and hurricanes and all the things that happen. And you all have adapted to whatever that is. Many of you, for many, many years, have just continued to adapt and evolve and become something else and transform into whatever the next thing is we need to be, because we have to always adapt, and we always do and always have. So no matter who is going to be the next president, we will be who we are. Whatever way the world goes, whatever the economy does, our lives aren't dependent on who's in the White House, or, that has an impact on certain things, but then we have to, how we respond is the difference. And then because of who you are and because of the way you are, it's important that you be in a good place. So when you're in a good place and your life is good, it makes everything that we do okay. Like when your home life, when your personal life, your spiritual life, your relationship life, when all those things are working, when you're here or in this family, this other place where you spend most of your life, that becomes a place where it's things just naturally happen for you. So today, we are going. That's Irma, who just walked in. Anybody who's looking over there, she's a chemist. We're going to talk about her in a little while here too. So she's a chemist who used to work with Kenra, and is now with this other company that we're working with, and we're going to spend some time with that later today. But today is you're going to do some work on you. So how the day's going to look is we're going to first play a game. Then I'm going to introduce you to. We're going to spend a little bit of time on what's new and exciting. Then we're going to have some food together. We're going to take some pictures. You all look so beautiful, by the way. Everybody looks and handsome.
You're so beautiful, Fez. He usually does.
Then we'll come back together in the afternoon session, and that's when the real work will begin. So we're actually going to be creating what the next year is for you personally. So you're going to be on the hook today for creating the foundation to have the best year of your life.
I already am.
So creating the foundation, it's your responsibility that by the end of today, you have laid the foundation, the groundwork to have the best year of your life, so that this Elevate 2025, which is raise, go up a level, the ROP Summit, Lisa knows about summits, climb some. So that's what you want to keep in the back of your mind that you've got to handle today. And, 9 o'clock was the start time for today, and, whatever you had to deal with to be here, whether it was traffic or kids or everything, is all a part of the design of today. Like it literally couldn't have been more perfect that 75 was the way it was today. Or that fill in the blank, whatever you had to deal with here this morning to be here. It's all perfect. It's how life is. And, this is an opportunity today to really step outside of that. It's part of the digital detox, to step away from the busyness of life, the way life is, go, 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 and one thing after another. So it's all perfect. All right, we're going to play a game now. And because we're a big group, I'm going to put you into groups of 4. So I'm going to give you a number, and I want you to remember what your number is. And after everybody has a number, then I'm going to have you go find If you're a 1, you're going to find all the 1s. If you're a 2, you're going to find all the 2s. And you're going to be together in your group, and you're going to appoint a group leader and be in a little area here where I can see you all. And then we'll let the games begin. Getting a brand new number. Put this one aside for now. Just remember the number that I'm going to give you here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If you didn't name yourselves and you want to know who they are, this is the Latinas. All right, the name of the game is called Two Truths and a Lie. Some of you, it sounds like, are familiar with this. You know about this game. So here's how it works. Each person is going to get a chance to go, and you're going to share 3 statements about yourself. 2 of them are going to be true, and 1 is a lie. Okay. The rest of us will try to guess which one is the lie. So to give you an example, I was arrested 2 times in 1 month. I can bench press 295 pounds. I ate a fried lizard in Taipei. Anybody know which one is a lie?
I think it was Taiwan.
Bench press. That's correct.
Who said bench press? Yeah, bench press. I cannot bench press 295 pounds. You got the gist of that?
I think 17. Big good.
No, just a couple weeks ago. It was a while ago. All right, so you understand the game? So you want to get creative with it?
We come up with it as a group, or we all write one?
So you're each going to have your own, and then you're going to tell the rest of your group what your 2 truths and a lie are, and the rest of the group's going to try to guess what the lie is.
Oh, okay.
So you're staying in your group.
Thank you.
I am the oldest sister of 3 sisters. Out of my sisters. What did they do? I tried. Yeah, no, that was good. Yeah. I want to be the and my brother was laughing. I like picked up for a while. You've been married 3 times. I think that's the lie. I think you're married 2 times. Yeah. As soon as you said it, I was like, what? Anymore. I was gonna say I do have a computer. He was an ice cream trucker. What about you? You like roller coasters or anything high?
Never been.
It's too much. Falcon's Fury. So do you remember the carnival rides that it's like a hole and it's a circle and it just goes up and down and up and down. So this one, it goes all and then you drop and you're I've done it once when I was a kid in high school and middle school. Now I've done it. I won't do it again. It's scary.
I've done it 3 times and I did it all. 2 of them I did it with High Chemical. My mom did it. I know. I'm in Beijing thing, so she would go to work. She tried that and dumped on the same time. We can do that.
That's a lie. Okay.
Which one is the lie?
She wasn't arrested.
Yeah, they're arrested. They arrested.
My name is Evelyn, for some of you who don't know me, and I'm working right now in Bayfront. So I'm gonna tell my two truths and a lie. So I live in Lehigh. I was pulled over on my way here, and I'm younger than 20.
Younger than 20.
The first one.
My lie is I was pulled over on the way.
You live in Lehigh. You were not pulled up.
Yeah.
This is my two truths and a lie. So I'm 5'9". I used to drive a 32-foot horse trailer, and I got arrested when I was 17. Yeah, I'm 5'8".
Now I'm like, oh, she really not.
I'm going to be a very that old. Okay.
She.
I paid $20 to the police officer to get rid of my ticket.
I believe it.
Second one, I went to a lake, Sweetwater Lake, full of shark and more than 300 eyes. And last one, I did sandboarding from a volcano.
You did some what?
Sandboarding. Sandboarding.
I don't think you go in shark water. No, I think the first one.
The police officer?
Yeah.
I still.
Which one's slow?
Sandboarding.
She really sold it. So I was trying to let on. The way you were moving and the way you were moving and grooving. I was oh my gosh.
$20.
Yeah, you have to do that.
So one, I go to church on Sundays, every Sunday. The second one, I'm drunk. And the third one, I have a boyfriend.
It was the second
You
one.
don't go to
She's drunk. Like, drunk?
And that's
She did say drunk. You never know.
We've seen a couple things.
She's too honest to be drunk.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna use that as one of mine. Breaking a boy's nose. I speak 3 languages. I was on the cover of Mugshots magazine.
3 languages. 3 languages.
Probably take Latin, there's something else.
The 3 languages.
I'm gonna say mugshots. 3 languages. You don't speak 3. Really, Lexi? I still have the magazine. It's framed. I don't speak 3 languages. Spanish, Spanglish, and my grandmother used to yell at me in Italian. Liar!
I used to play 3 sports. I'm vegetarian and I'm 10 different ethnicities.
You're not 10.
Vegetarian. She's not vegetarian.
I never Eastern European.
She just likes pancakes.
Korean, English, Italian, German, Dutch, Irish.
How do you figure that out?
We did the tree thing.
I want to
TV show. I went skydiving for my 18th birthday, and I was not allowed to jump on a trampoline.
skydiving.
I did not go skydiving.
I
My cousin lives in Alaska. He was like,
either.
oh my god. I'll let you know.
It was underwater, so I did go snorkeling under.
They say good one.
In Hawaii. That's cool.
So you say hi.
I've never eaten camel call. That's disgusting. But my mom did.
Tickets in my neighborhood when I was 6. My childhood crush was Johnny Depp, and my hidden talent is singing.
And when I was a kid, I got bit by a dog. When I was a kid, I got bit by a dog.
He has to have a belly button.
Will ate the other's head off.
How do you make that up? It has to be true.
I mean, bit by a dog. And then when I was a kid, I got bit by a dog. The dog was a little dog.
I have punched a hole in my teacher's tire.
Say that again?
I have punched a hole in my teacher's tire. Wow. I pretended to be my ex-boyfriend's girlfriend to meet his new girlfriend. And I had 2 boyfriends at the same
I think it was number 2. You didn't pretend to be the girl. Not number 1. Number 2.
The lie was I had 2 boyfriends at the same time.
Everybody's like shocked about that. They're like,
Really, girl?
We're in a room full of criminals.
I was, oh honey, will of you.
Think of areas of your life that you'd like to work on. You know, whether that's your personal life, your health, in some area of your health and well-being, your relationships in your life. Think of things that you've been tolerating, putting up with, or you've just become resigned to that's just the way it's always going to be. That's an area of my life that I'm just never going to have any sort of peace around this person. They're in my life, and just whenever they're around, they're always fill in the blank. It's just the way life is. Or, you know, that same 10 pounds that's been coming and going. 10 off, 10 on, 10 off, 10 on. Just the way that it is. Or that relationship that you know you shouldn't be in, but are in anyway, because that's just the way that it is. Whatever it is for you, or the bank account that is always, there's never enough there. By the end of the month, there's just not enough there. That feeling of fear and worry around money. You get what I'm saying? Like, dig up those areas for you that are persistent.
Like, we don't have stuff, it doesn't mean any, like, something bad. It could be just be something, there's no shame around it. But
You just want to be honest about it.
yeah, like, be genuine, because everybody has stuff. Like, what's something about you, like, I can think of what I need to work on.
Or something that you wanted, some dream that you've had, something you wanted to do. And just have been afraid to commit to it. You wanted to run a marathon. You wanted to run a 5K. Or you thought about it, like maybe that would be too big challenge for me. But really, I mean the idea maybe, but you know, like, or something audacious like that, that's given to your limit. So what you want to do is have conversations, talk to the person around you. So you're gonna talk to some people who don't have the same number as you too. So make sure you're not just sticking with your numbers. By the way, there's a couple other numbers on there. Does anybody know what that other number is? That big number? They started, right? But there's another number there. Does anybody know what that number is? That number on the bottom.
31.
Bottom left one.
What's 31 for?
Anybody know what that number is? The bottom left.
450.
I'll let you stew on that, see if somebody comes up with that. Think about that one. So back in the 80s when we first created our own line, private label line, there was a company we did business with, and we still do some business with them, Custom Formulations in Minnesota. And the owner of that company was a chemist, still is, and he would come to the salons and educate us on the chemistry of the products. And over time, we ended up with relationships with other companies that were, we had no relationship at all with who was behind the creation of the products, the actual chemistry that went into the products and then what matters inside the product. We were dealing with the marketing side mostly and the sales side. So we didn't get to actually talk to the heart of where the creation of the product came from. So today it's kind of special because this new company that we're now working with, and who, I guess you have a handout that's coming out that has some of that in it. The new products is very synergistic. It's very in alignment with what we're about and our branding. And we have the actual chemist here herself who used to work with Kenra, is that right? Kenra, yeah. So, and has been developing products in this company for how long now?
17 years.
17 years with the company you're with now. So we have the source of everything right here is going to tell us about what they are, about what matters in them, and lots of real stuff, not the marketing side of the fluff, the real deal. So it's a real big deal for us to be launching this, and this will take some time, but we have the first batch in and the first round of product in, but we'll continue to build on that as we go. So I'm going to turn the floor over to her. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for coming down and being our partners. This is Irma.
You guys are like a serious fun group. I can't imagine late night what you guys will be like. Especially the one that was like, I might be drunk. Anyhow, my name's Irma Jokes. I work for a company called Formulations. We've been doing private label for about 18 years now.
Sorry, excuse me, I'm gonna mic you up.
Oh.
So for whoever's not here, let me just take that over here.
Make sure I don't scream in your, is this good? Okay. We've been doing private label for about 18 years. Prior to that, 13 years, I started work with Kenra in Indianapolis. I'm from Indy, and I worked in the lab, come out of school, biology and chemistry, got a lab job. Kenra decided that they were going to sell their company, so I partnered with another chemist, so there's two of us actually, that manufacture in about a 20,000 square foot operation. We only make hair care products. There's a lot of cosmetic chemists out there that do hair care and a little skin care and maybe, you know, some other products, bath gels and things like that, but we're solely focused on hair care products. And so I think when you drill down to something like hair care products, you're better able to concentrate on new resins, new quaternary compounds, and I'll tell you a little bit about all the different components of hair care products. What I want to talk about today is how hair care products have kind of evolved over time. And you know, back in the 1950s when your ladies went to the salon, they came once a week, got a wash and set, basically, had a freestanding appointment. You know, Betty come in every Thursday at 10 o'clock. And those shampoos back in the 50s, early, you know, late 40s, were all made out of lauryl sulfates. And you guys have heard of sulfate-free and why shampoos are sulfate-free. Well, the reason why shampoos are sulfate-free, and our line is completely sulfate-free in shampoos, is because those ladies used to have lacquer-based hairsprays. And lacquer-based hairsprays were water insoluble, very shampoo insoluble, and you need a high detergency to get that hairspray out. And remember, they only shampooed once a week. They come in with their beehive and had to get all of that lacquer-based shampoo out of their hair. So the lauryl sulfates had a big play in shampoos. And then The blow dryer was invented in the 1970s, and ladies started doing their hair at home. They didn't have the once a week wash and set. They started doing their hair at home, but the shampoos still maintain that high level of detergency. And still today, in like 80 years later, most of the retail shampoos that you see, and I brought in an example, let me get it real quick. Very common, very popular shampoo that's on the retail shelf. And you might be asking, why are you talking about retail shelf shampoos? Well, only about 20% of hair care products are sold in the salon. 80% are sold at the retail locations. And a lot of your clients are probably buying retail shampoos. What they're getting is what they think is a nice, thick, rich formula. What they get is the old lauryl sulfate shampoo, very detergent, and to get that thickness, they add sodium chloride or table salt to that shampoo. When you add sodium chloride or table salt to a lauryl sulfate base, you thicken it up, and it appears more concentrated than it actually is. We looked in the lab at Kenra a long time ago. You guys know that's like the bargain basement. So in cosmetic chemistry and hair care, the bottom is the hotel amenities. Like, there's more expense in the packaging than there is in the bottle. And most of that is 95% water and a little bit of surfactant and salt, mostly. And then the next layer up is your retail shampoos, because they're very price point oriented. When consumers want a $3, $4, $5, it's probably not a $3 shampoo anymore since the last 3 years. Prices have gone like this, including raw materials. They're very price point conscious, but how they formulate is different. They formulate basically, they're cost conscious. So that 1 pound of shampoo has to come within a certain cost parameter so that we meet our target price on the retail shelf. How we formulate is totally different. We formulate based on what the salon client is going to need. You guys do a lot of hair color, right? One of the things we don't want to put in a shampoo is salt. You guys live near the ocean, right? You understand that salt is not good for hair, and we don't want to put salt in the shampoos. So our formulas are sulfate-free and salt-free in shampoos, and rarely do you see that on either the retail market or the professional market. So that's one point of difference that we have. And the other part of it is that we don't have a lot of cost pressures because A, we don't go through a distributor, we sell direct to the salon, so we can choose all the ingredients, including the luscious fragrances that are super expensive, all of the ingredients that are new. We can choose those, not based on cost or anything like that, but based on performance. So that's a huge thing for us, and me in particular. I don't have to pick ingredients that we use based on how much they cost per pound. Now, professional hair care products are almost all made in like 2 or 3 private label manufacturers. You can't go to, again, but you can't go, they don't have a plant. Most professional manufacturers, like when they come out, they didn't make their own products. They're all made in private label manufacturing plants. We're all FDA registered plants, and we are manufacturing for, we do only salons and private label. We don't do anything other than just salon quality hair care products. And we don't make them for other manufacturers, because here's what happens with other manufacturers. So let's say I'm beating up on today, I probably shouldn't, but I am. Let's just say that coming to a private label company. Well, first of all, they have to get a formula from the private label company. Private label company has to make money, so there's a markup there. And then it's sold through a distributor, whatever the distributor is, Salon Centric or whatever, and there's a markup there. Then it's sold to the salon, there's a markup there, and then it's sold to the consumer. right? So there's like 4 layers and channels, and there's pricing pressures and all of that. So if we get a little expensive on the ingredients, okay, we'll add more water because it doesn't cost anything, right? So we'll start diluting products down. When I first got in the industry, Matrix sold, and one of the suppliers come into the manufacturing facility and said, you know, I am seeing that Matrix is making more product when they got bought, but we're not selling more ingredients. So what does that say? Yep, that's what we're doing. So a lot of times when your favorite branded product goes to a retail-based company, they change the formulas. And then you notice less performance because they're trying to meet that price point standard. The other thing that we don't really pay attention to a lot is that we're not a Kerastase where we have a fancy box with a foil stamp around it, who still uses lauryl sulfates, by the way. That box used to cost $1. Like 4 years ago was probably $1. It's probably $1.50 now, right? So put that $1.50 box on it, and then we sell it to Salon Centric. So that doubles to what, $3. Salon Centric sells it to the salon. That box will be a $6 box at salon cost. And then when that salon owner sells it to their client, it'll be a $12 box. You got a box, and it's $12 of the price of the product. So we don't do that. We put all of our money, if you will, into the ingredients. And the packaging is kind of secondary because here's the thing. If the products don't perform, they won't repeat. Now today, I'm here to help you guys recommend the right shampoos and conditioners and styling products on the right type of hair. You know, I watch this. I'm observant consumer when I see people go, oh, I'll buy this. They have no idea what it's for, if it's for their hair type. They're like, oh, that smells good. Okay, it goes in the cart, and they go home with it. Could be a volumizing shampoo, and it's on the total wrong, dry, coarse, curly hair, but they like the fragrance of it. And we need to make sure that, you know, we're not recommended product, and I know you guys aren't, but that's the worst case scenario because that could be a good product. It's just on the wrong hair type. So a lot of times there's a disconnect between that product and the hair type. And I've always said that, you know, there could be really great products in product lines that are out there, any professional product, but if you don't really know the right hair type to recommend it and who to recommend it to, then it's kind of like shooting in the dark. And once those sales are real low, then those manufacturers get rid of the products. And a lot of stylists like, oh, I love that product. Why did you get rid of that? It's like, well, it wasn't well understood as to who the right hair type was. So anyhow, I'm going to talk to you guys today. You guys have a handout. This is all the products that we offer. So, these are some of the ones that you are able to sell in your salon. But I'm just going to go and tell you the stories behind each of the shampoos and why we have them. So the keratin shampoo is not only for keratin, maintaining keratin treatments. That was how it got started in our business because I think like 14, 15 years ago, there's a line called Coppola that come out with a keratin-based straightener. We don't offer those, but what was happening is they brought out the straightener and then they got the salons to use the products and then they sold the retail products to CVS. So the salon owners were like, nope, don't want that. So can you come up with a keratin-based shampoo that is salt and sulfate free that will not reverse the results of the keratin treatments? That's where we come up with the keratin shampoo and conditioner and the replenisher. So those 3 products that you guys have were originally designed to maintain keratin treatments, but that doesn't mean that that's all that they can do because a lot of hair types are damaged and chemically processed, and that product line, keratin therapy conditioner and shampoo, can go across all of the damaged hair that is needing moisture, smoothness, silkiness, all of that. So that's where your customer base is going to be for these products. Again, I talked to you guys about having no salts in the formula. Huge thing is not having sodium chloride in shampoos. And that's a big no-no in any kind of a color treated, chemically treated, processed hair type. So our concentration levels on our shampoos are over 50%. The retails were about 10% solids, 90% water. Go ahead. The first one, I'm talking about the keratin, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and talk about all the shampoos that we have because eventually I hope that you get them and why we made them.
When you say like over the over 50%, that's for all of them?
All of our products, yeah. We're a highly concentrated, except a few styling products that you do not want a lot of resin in because it'll get sticky and tacky. Like if you just want a light holding foam, then those are less concentrated. But your shampoos, conditioners, leave-in treatments, very concentrated, which provides a lot of value to your customers. And I think that that's what customers are wanting right now. If you spray our Elixir 11, which is our leave-in treatment on, and you have to use half a bottle to get the results that you want, the customer's gonna be like, that's pretty expensive for what I need. So, Moisture and Shine shampoo. Moisture and Shine shampoo has argan oil in it. You guys have all heard of argan oil. It has marula oil, which is a very lightweight. Argan's more of a heavyweight oil. And I say oil, I should say emollient. It sounds a little less greasy, but they're very refined oils. Our Moroccan oil actually is a water white material, clear like water. It's been highly refined, no sticks, no dirt or anything like that. Comes through Italy. Italy is known for its oil processing for like olive oil. And so these highly refined cosmetic oils are coming through that country, and we buy it here in the States to use in our hair care products. Marula oil as well. And marula is very light penetrating oil so that it almost it's not greasy at all. So some shampoos need to have emollients or oils in them because right now we notice that women are shampooing. When I first got in the business, the average general market consumer, not ethnic, but general market consumer, was shampooing 6.7 times a week. That's before dry shampoos. Dry shampoos come in and then all of a sudden, and this is why we had a problem with hair color, is that women were shampooing. They were taught pretty much to shampoo every day, needed to do that. This is 30 years, I'm 54, so many, many moons ago. And the ladies were doing this, and then dry shampoos come in, and then we saw this. Women went all the way over on the other side, where now we're experiencing a lot of scalp issues because we're not cleansing as often as we should. So there should be a happy balance in here, maybe 2-3 times a week, depending on how oily. You know, obviously your scalp has what I call, I don't know, the critters or the animals or the wildlife on their scalp. And if you go 2 weeks, and I know I've been in class with stylists, they're like, I could do 3 weeks without shampooing. And the other stylists, no, I got 3 weeks in one day because they're using a lot of dry shampoo. Well, that dry shampoo is just basically a starch that sits on the top of the scalp, and then the bacteria and the oil are all together. It's not a good situation. And that's what happened basically with a long time ago, was that there wasn't enough cleansing ingredients in that formula. It didn't lather, and that got a lot of people going, oh, my shampoos are too aggressive and too detergent-like. I need to go over here and get something more conditioning and doesn't lather, and then we had a lot of scalp issues. So we're trying to formulate for scalp, and we're thinking about today's consumer that shampoos 2 to 3 times a week. And that's really where our products are set up for. And we don't, again, use any sulfates in our products. So Moisture and Shine, again, is a sulfate-free, salt-free, very light moisturizing formula with 3 added oils in it. Your clients, so what I did was I made a box set for everybody. And inside that box set is either a volumizing shampoo or a moisturizing shampoo. Pretty much you guys will fit into one category or the other. We have a few specialty shampoos. And it has a full-size shampoo, full-size conditioner, the replenisher, and the shine spray in it. And each one of you guys get that. So it's at your salons. I sent in 60 of them. I did 40% moisturizing and 20% volumizing because that's typically what we see in the industry. The volumizing shampoos don't sell quite as well. But I am going to talk about our volumizing shampoo. So our volumizing shampoo, and we don't have it up here, but it's a clear shampoo. It's made, again, sulfate-free base, no salt in it, so it's safe for color. A lot of volumizing shampoos, people, is that safe for color? It is. It also contains a chelate, ethylene diamine tetracetic acid. It's an apple-based product that if there's any minerals in the water, it can help sequester or chelate. It also has apple cider powder added to the formula. And apple cider is kind of a natural anti-residue ingredient for hair care. The important thing in volumizing is that if someone has really fine hair, and they have especially fine oily hair, and they need a lot of those dulling deposits and oils and residues, and then if they use a lot of styling products, they need all that cleaned off the hair and scalp. That's where a volumizing shampoo sets in. So it produces a tremendous amount of shine because all of those deposits, whether it's a resin or a mineral that's on top of that hair, is chelated or lifted off or dissolved with the apples. Most clarifying shampoos are also in a lauryl sulfate, very detergency type base. So if you've got a really stubborn deposit, it's really tough on the hair, but it will remove any of a lot of, in the smoothing category, our products just a little less than other smoothing. I'm going to kind of go into styling products. Her question was, are your products so concentrated that if I use too much of it, I get a result that I don't want because I use the same amount of something I'd used before? And that can happen. Styling products there's no real like benchmark for, let's say we need a smoothing gel or we need a volumizing spray. No one says, okay, a volumizing spray is 4.5% PVP resin. So some people's volumizing spray could be a real light volumizing spray and only have a couple % of resin of any different type. Or another company could have a volumizing or a smoothing product and put a lot more into it to have more results. Our philosophy is we have a lot of salons in the South, and you guys are probably the furthest we have. So we would rather have more resin in it and your client have longer lasting results through the humidity than back the resin back and you don't feel it as much. It's not sticky or tacky or anything like that. But when that client goes out and you've done that beautiful blowout and everything, and then 3 hours in this kind of weather, it starts frizzing back again, then they're not as happy with the end result. So there's always kind of on styling products a creative or a judgment. How do you want to do that? And you can always cocktail our products to make less hold. If you add a little bit of brilliance, that will tame down the hold. The Moroccan oil that we have, add a little bit of Moroccan oil to the smoothing product. A lot of people cocktail those two together. So you can always cocktail down the hold. It's hard to cocktail up the hold because we don't have very much that's in an extreme hold. We do have one foam. It's called design foam, and it's a very firm foam. And you can use that to blend with other lesser hold products to increase the hold factor. Next shampoo I want to talk about is the anti-fading shampoo. You guys don't have it, but it's a shampoo that was really for the reds and brunettes to add color back into the hair as it's fading. So one thing you guys should know is that we call color permanent color, but there is no such thing in our industry as permanent color. The cosmetic chemists don't use the textile dyes that could make it truly permanent. But the reason why they don't use that, in part, is because let's say that your client comes in, she wants to be a redhead, and it is truly permanent. Can't get rid of it. She's stuck with it. Starts growing out. What do you have to do? cut it. So it's not really feasible to have something called permanent hair color. We call it that, but it's not. So inside permanent hair color in today's world, there are a lot of semi-permanent dyes inside that permanent hair color to get that shade variation. So the old permanent hair color, you know, we have black, but we want something that's not quite as intense as black and as extreme, maybe a little bit more red. That you could use different ingredients that are semi-permanent dyes to get the final result. Big thing is you want to make sure that when you're doing those kind of hair colors with a lot of semi-permanents in it that have a lot of variability, is that client, those are the first ones that wash out. So you want to make sure she's on really, really good shampoos and conditioners so that it doesn't cause that hair color to shift immediately within that first 5 washouts, if you will. So that's where the majority of hair color is going to start changing, and your clients are going to see a difference right after they leave the salon, the first couple times they shampoo. And you want them with a very gentle shampoo base and a leave-in treatment that can help preserve that hair color so that they look at their investment and say, yeah, that was a good investment. I made a really good choice on my hair color and it's lasting. So anti-fading shampoo, the pH is a little bit lower. Our pHs on our shampoos are 4.5 to 5.5 to match the acid mantle of your scalp. But it's fading pretty fast. What can I do? And this is the product. Now, on the blonde side, we have 2 shampoos made for blondes. The Highlight Shampoo, True Hue Highlight Shampoo, which has a weaker strength of just DNC Violet number 2. So it's our shampoo base that's sulfate-free, no salt, and we add Drug and Cosmetic Violet number 2, which gives the effect of if there's any warmth in the hair, it helps mask it and brightens the overall look of the hair. So your blondes are gonna like that. And we also added chelate in it too. So if there's any deposits that are on that blonde hair, you wanna lift off all that deposit from the styling products. Get that blonde as bright and shiny as possible. Don't have the highlights, I don't think yet. So highlights is for everyday shampooing for your blondes. But there are some instances in the salon where you need that really, really violet-y shampoo, kind of toning shampoo, if you will. And so we add blueberry powder and beetroot powder into our highlights to intensify that violet. Not an everyday shampoo, but it is a good shampoo for you guys to use. And it can be overused. So if your client does purchase that, you need to tell them you need to alternate. Sometimes they can't tell when they've overused it, and you're like, it looks a little lavender.
This might be like for the client that has white hair that gets like the yellow ends, or if they use it too much, then they'll be like the blueberries.
Yes. So you just have to tell them to kind of pay attention to it.
What's up there? Like vanilla.
No. I apologize. I missed the communication, which I thought you guys were in a salon, and I wasn't thinking that you guys are off-site. So I should have brought the other products that you guys have. And then I just realized that I'm not going to a salon today. I'm going to an off-site location. So I don't have all the products you guys carry. I don't think you guys ordered the blueberry.
No, we haven't.
You guys?
Haven't we tested it?
We tested it, but we haven't ordered it.
Oh, okay. We tested
We just ordered the hair shampoo, conditioner, and the freeze pad.
Okay.
And so those we have for sale now.
So those we will have to sell now.
Yeah.
So right now we have the keratin shampoo, the moisture and shine shampoo.
No, keratin shampoo, is it purple shampoo too, just likey, when it says the violet pigment in it?
I'm sorry.
Can you overuse this one?
The highlights, no. Mm-mm. It's real light.
Turns white when we start sensing it.
Yeah.
So it is okay every day.
You can add some of the violet shampoo from the other one to, it just depends on the porosity of the hair.
That one like cleans, right?
Yes.
You're saying that one cleans as it's not very purpley, it just cleans and brightens blondes.
Yes. The other one really tones.
Yeah, that one was,
That one you can, there's a lot of difference between those two.
it was better. This is the one that we're carrying using, and it's sulfate free.
Daily Indulge is our conditioner, our everyday conditioner. Again, we have really concentrated formulas for our shampoos and conditioners. Conditioner is the same here. We use in Daily Indulge the Argan Marula avocado oil is a great oil that is not too heavy on hair, does penetrate to the hair, so it gives a lot of pliability to that hair. We use a combination of quaternary compounds, which are softening and detangling agents in this product. It doesn't over soften the hair, so you're still good on fine hair. And again, it's not under softening or under moisturizing, so it can go on all hair types. And basically, the hair will absorb what it needs, and what it doesn't, it rinses.
What was the, sorry, what was the ketone?
Oh, chelate.
Chelate.
Okay, so that's in highlights. Back to highlights. A lot of blondes complain about, oh, my hair doesn't look as bright. Well, if they have a lot of residue on their hair, a lot of minerals on that blonde hair, it's not that their highlights are fading, they're just getting dull. And so you need to remove any of that dulling deposit.
It'd be like something like a sulfate, but not a sulfate.
Yeah.
It's something else.
Yeah. Exactly. We have the keratin conditioner. I think you guys have the keratin conditioner. Keratin conditioner is very moisturizing. So it's going to be more moisturizing than the Daily Indulge for your clients. So that keratin regimen is that extremely color treated, chemically treated hair that has a lot of damage issues. That regimen together with the keratin replenisher. If a client comes in and she's had chemical services, let's say a keratin treatment, she's got color, she's got highlights, she's got everything. Lady's got everything in her hair, and it is clearly damaged. This is the regimen, the shampoo, conditioner, and the replenisher that she needs to be on. And I tell stylists, if you can get your client for a couple weeks just using the products, they will see a difference in their hair quality especially if they're using a drugstore type shampoo.
What's the pink product?
This is the replenisher, the keratin therapy replenisher. So it's an emollient cream base with hydrolyzed keratin. And a lot of stylists think that protein makes the hair hard. And it doesn't make the hair hard. We're just used to feeling that hardness from older products. Those two products had a resin in them, PVP. And so that is what you were feeling in the hair. So let's say that you did a lot of bleach, you did a heavily, back in the day, what was it, the cap? I forget, frosting, that's the name. A lot of times the stylist would over-process it and take the frosting cap, and there goes a lot of the hair. So they're like, what can we repair the hair? PPT or CAT, that's what they grabbed. But a lot of the way it kept that hair on was they added hairspray resin into it, and it kind of just stuck that hair on there at that time. And it kept the hair from shedding temporarily, if you will. So what we don't want to do is have that situation. We want to fortify the hair before you go through a lot of that chemical services. You know, let's not try to correct it after we've bleached and broken the hair. Let's get it before we over-process that hair. That's to ensure the hair quality of your clients so they can do multiple services without having it break off. And this is one of those products that can help them in that category. So if you have, again, a heavily color-treated, chemically processed hair type, they need to have keratin replenisher, shampoo, and conditioner. Color Moist conditioner, you guys don't have it. It's an interesting conditioner. It does have the avocado oil and the mango oil. It's a little heavier weight conditioner, and it was designed to go with the highlights or the anti-fade shampoo. I think we've tapped out the power. And that product, again, is to preserve hair color longer. Again, the job of cosmetic chemists is not to cause any fade, because hair color is made to fade. We learned that, right? But we want to prolong the hair color in the hair. So the next product I'm going to talk about is Elixir 11. We've had this product for about 15 years. The reason it's called Elixir 11 is you guys might remember a product called It's a 10. Yes. It's a 10 come out, and that kind of revolutionized our leave-in treatments, because before that, really there was a lot of different silicone and motomethicone type leave-in treatments that was like Instacure. Matrix had Instacure as a big thing for like 20 years, and nothing really changed in that category until we got It's a 10. And It's a 10 basically took a new quat, when I say quat, quaternized product that, or ingredient, softens and moisturizes the hair, and it took the Behinol quat, It's a 10, diluted it, because that quat is made for rinse off conditioners.
Do we have this product?
You guys all have this. You guys have that one, right?
Well, we didn't order that. We don't
Okay.
have that one for sale yet.
This is a must-have. Yeah.
Elixir, yeah, we don't have that one.
Okay.
What we have right now is the replenisher,
Mhm.
the shampoo conditioner, and the 2 other styling aids. The
Okay.
thickening, I think, and
This is that.
Okay.
As we're learning about that, is there a possibility to get our
Yes, yes. So the other products that she wrote in and what she's telling you guys about, so there's things that we want to try. That's going to be our next step. Okay. Sorry.
So Elixir 11, I'm a member of the Society of Cosmetic Chemists, and about that time that It's a 10's out there, there's a journal article, the Society of Cosmetic Chemists, about a group of researchers in chemistry that's in Japan. And let's say 15 years ago, and Japan has a lot of fashion hair color, bright blues, bright reds, bright yellows. And think about how you're going to have to process that hair, the damage that you cause to get that bright blue to be bright blue on that hair type. And so the researchers were having a problem maintaining the bright reds, the bright yellows, the bright blues. So they could get them on that day that they're in the salon, but then the young kids basically were going home shampooing, and then they're like light faded out blues, not that cool, and it just didn't, they couldn't preserve the hair color that they were doing over there. And so they came out with an ingredient, basically it's like a polysaccharide, if you will, that can preserve hair color. They did testing on it. So in the journal, it was talking about, they had a placebo group that they did hair color on, and they sprayed on just water. And then they used this new ingredient they were testing in another bottle with another group, and they noticed that with the new ingredient, they were able to maintain that hair color on the first 5 rinse out shampoos 40% more than with the placebo group. So it's significant, 40%. Okay, let's get some of that and work with it on the lab bench, and let's see where we go with it. And then we noticed that that is quickly our #1 seller, because preserving hair color and maintaining the integrity of the hair in that category that It's a 10's in, and we add sunscreen to ours, and It's a 10 didn't have it, so we had Elixir 11 is what we called it. But we're in the newer category of leave-in treatments that aren't silicone based. The old ones were water-soluble silicone based. And if you guys do any hair extensions, that's a good thing for you guys. The silicones are kind of what we stay away from if there's hair extensions involved. Now, each manufacturer of hair extensions different. And some manufacturers are like, that's okay. We have a different type of glue or whatever, and silicones don't affect it. But most of them, they do affect it for long term. So we just try to stay in that leave-in conditioner, shampoo and conditioner out of the silicones. Now you can't help it in styling products. A lot of times you want a lot of shine in the hair. And so we have Brilliance, and this is our lightweight shine serum. It is very concentrated. We have 2 of them in our line. We have silicone that is lower volatility, and that one is the Brilliance for lasting shine, and you can use that for like when we first developed it, there was a lot of flat ironing in the hair with the silicone sprays and things like that. Silicones can withstand high temperatures with your irons. The silicones can go up to 400 degrees basically and protect that hair. Then we have another silicone it's got a high volatility to it, and that one is for if you're spraying it into the hair. Let's say that you've got a client with a lot of long, heavy, thick hair, you're running behind, you need some spray in that hair to help dry it faster. That's our product called Fast Dry. But this one will do a very good job at that as well, speeding up your blow drying time. So if you, again, are needing something to speed up your blow drying time, or your clients at home want a little bit more shine and something that can help them speed up their blow drying time, this would be something you'd want to recommend. And silicones are heat protect. Yep, absolutely. Here's kind of a little off thing that I talk about too, is that if you can, whether it's a dry shampoo, and we don't have one right now currently, our manufacturer of dry shampoo is no longer selling our dry shampoo, but we're actively looking for something. It's just that I think that our needs, I think the salons are looking at different colors of dry shampoos as well. So we're trying to figure out all the volumes and things like that. But if you can help your client speed up her morning routine with cosmetics, you take, I think, 4 or 5 minutes a day out of her routine because you're helping her speed up her blow drying, or she's not shampooing as often. I think you're going to give, at the end of the day, I looked at this whole cosmetic list of what you could do. You give a lady a day back at the end of the year that she's not spending on her grooming, beautifying routine. So that's a big part of it, speeding up the blow drying. And I talked about, again, on the bottom of this page, the Fast Dry Accelerator. Actually comes from Morocco first, in that area of Africa, but you can't take the, you can't take the unprocessed argan oil. It's got dirt and sticks and everything in it, and you need it further refined for the cosmetic purposes. So, yeah, that's what we buy.
So
Yeah.
Anywhere that it's on here, that's where, I mean, that's just like an interesting point.
Yeah. So we source globally all of our ingredients. We have ingredients from Japan, the high-tech stuff from Japan. We buy a lot of stuff out of Germany. We buy, honestly, we'd love to locally source, but if it's not the best technology, then we're getting the best ingredients that are out there. And where we manufacture is a unique location in the Indianapolis area because it's between Chicago and Cincinnati. And Chicago and Cincinnati are big hubs for hair care and personal care. So those ingredient suppliers come to us on their way through to the bigger facilities and tell us about the new things that are out there. And we're really lucky too. I mean, I think fragrance is a huge component of why people buy products. If it could be the best performing product out there, but if a lady smells it and goes, I'm just not that into it, then it's going to be a hard road there. So we're actively updating a few of our fragrances that after 17 years, they're not as cool as they used to be. And we have a company that is within an hour and a half of us called The Perfumery that makes modern clean fragrances. And so we're really moving towards those clean fragrances where there's not as many allergens in the fragrance and such. We don't offer, because we know that in every salon there's probably 3 or 4 customers that need fragrance free. They're highly allergic to fragrance. And do any of you guys have a lady that's like, oh my gosh, I gotta have we might down the road pull off, when we make batches of product, the last thing that goes in that batch is the fragrance, because we heat it up, put the ingredients in, blend it, cool it back down, and then add the fragrance so the fragrance doesn't flash off. But we can pull out some products, and down the road I think we're gonna have like just a small offering of a fragrance-free option, because it's really hard to find fragrance-free out there. Yeah, they're not delicious. So we had some other products in here. You guys can read those. There are a bunch of styling products. And you know, my philosophy on styling products is that you're kind of the makeup artist for the hair. You pick your styling products, you cocktail your styling products. What you like to work on that hair type is your artistic creation. And so we've got plenty of them in those different categories, and we're working on a couple new ones right now too. So any questions? Have you guys heard of K18, the keratin creams that are out there? We're in this category. We are wanting to be in the preventative. We flipped this whole thing from PPTs and the after we've broken the hair off and damaged it treatments to the before we break it off and damage it treatments. And these are our treatments for that. This is the preventative in that category. Yeah. So ideally, the first thing that goes is shampoo, conditioner. You want the moisturizer in the hair first. And then the replenisher over that. Then your styling products.
And is that a pump? It's like a pump, not a spray.
Yeah, it's a pump.
Okay. And how often?
A very small amount.
I guess use it every time they want. Like if
Yeah.
they bought it.
You're going to use about a little pea size amount each time. A little goes a long way. Very concentrated product.
And like if I was actually selling it to somebody, I would tell them every single time you wash your hair, you do the shampoo, conditioner. I know you just said that, but I just
Leave in mid shaft to ends, okay, where they need the moisture. A lot of people don't need extra moisture up here at the scalp area, especially oily. And then anywhere there's damage, you want to mend that hair with the keratin that's in that product, okay? So you don't need to use it up here. Yeah, don't use any of that product up there in about a little pea size amount.
and so it will last them forever.
So even for like a long hair?
You might have a couple of pea size amounts, but don't do that. You're wasting it. You're really wasting it.
Are you supposed to see results within a certain amount of uses? Like 3 uses, you're supposed to feel
Cumulative over time, you will see less damage in the hair, a lot of stronger, shinier, and a lot of people that have a lot of damage in their hair, when they move their hair, the individual hairs don't separate because there's a lot of damaged sites, and so those damaged sites attract to, yeah, and so then when your customer is able to do this with their hair and it moves and it's not all together attracted electrostatically together, and they will be able to tell that their hair is healthier.
Do you still get the same results if you don't blow dry it, or is it like heat activated? Like, do you
Best
have to
with
blow dry
heat.
this?
Yeah, best with
So
heat.
it's better results with a blow dry.
Yep, absolutely.
So you know how you're saying that as a system, when we're recommending that to somebody, would it almost be along the same lines as like recommended to use if you want best
Yeah,
results?
shampoos and conditioners, they're very similar to what we produce. They don't have sulfates in them. There's not salts in them. They're in that kind of very healthy, yes.
And what number would that compare?
That I don't know. I can't tell you that. But I can tell you the hair type. And you're looking at, for the keratin hair type, color treated, chemically treated, damaged.
But you know how you keep saying like
It's not the fine.
these two products together, or you keep saying, you said the shampoo, conditioner, and this together will prepare your hair for the best. That it's using it as a system to.
Yeah, there's a shampoo that
Like
goes
that's
with
the
us.
system.
So shampoo, conditioner, the leave-in, and this.
That's going to give you the best results.
Yes. So if they have really healthy, no color on it, no highlights, virgin hair, that's not for them. This is not the product for them. They might need a volumizing shampoo or something that gets rid of any of the residue from a styling product. We're talking about the chemically addicted client. Okay. Any other questions?
So with the elixir, it says right here, used as a primer before and after. So I know that K18 has some products that you can spray before you even start a chemical service.
Uh-huh.
Do you suggest spraying that as well before?
If you have a high porosity situation, I do suggest that.
Like they're about to get a lot of oils done.
And then they've got a lot of damage in a certain area. Yep. You want to do that.
First, kind of let it dry, whatever, then go on with your service.
Yep.
And that's the white bottle, correct?
Yeah.
Got it. Elixir lemon.
Uh-huh. It's in that rebonder category.
It's
You don't want to wait till after you've done too much chemical processing on them. You want to make sure that their hair is healthy. It's the chemically addicted client that you're going to eventually tell them, I can't do this anymore on you. The styling products are up to you guys. You guys are the artists, the creative, all of that.
This is just what we have now.
So the styling products that we are getting is the volume infusion, the straight and smooth, and the keratin replenisher. So she'll show you.
Volume Infusion here has a very light resin in it. It's not heavy. It's not a heavy hold. And it also has some leave-in conditioning properties. So it's treatment and hold together in Volume Infusion. Yeah, it's a lighter hold. Yeah, compared to the stuff that we do make. The design foam is going to be, if we were on a scale, this one is a 7 on a 10 scale. We have some that design foam, like I said, that's a 9 or a 10 on a 10 scale. This one is about a 3. This is a smoothing balm or a straight and smooth balm. It has hold. It definitely has hold. A lot of those smoothing balms they feel snotty and they've got that great lubricious feel, but they don't have any hold. And so after you get done, I'm sorry. After you get done with that style, like I said, in this high humidity, when you go out, that client goes out at 4 p.m. She got her hair done in the morning. She's having control issues because she doesn't have any resin that's blocking out the humidity. Styling products are mostly made out of resins. You'll see PVMMA. That's very common in hairsprays like Shaper Spray. It's a flexible resin. It's not hard. It's not crystalline. They'd say it frees a bird in flight kind of hairspray. That's a total different resin, not used as much anymore, especially with the VOC regulations coming out of California. California is mandating we have to put more water in our styling products all the time. So the more water you put in your styling products, then because of VOC, volatile organic compounds, the less hold and the less we can block out humidity. Because anything that has water in it, those resins have to be highly anti-humidity or able to block out that humidity to last for a long time. And making really good resins that you can use in solution and process with, and when you blow dry off the moisture that they maintain on that hair, the hold and resin, it sounds kind of weird. I'm going to use the word film. They're film formers on the hair, resin, styling products, but that's what holds the hair. And so if that resin is real soft and flexible, you don't notice the feel. It's not crispy in the hair, especially a lot of products for curly hair. Women on curly hair do not want that old, crunchy, crispy look. So that's where, like even this product would be great on curly hair. You get that moisture in it, you get a soft, resinous feel plating out on the hair, but it's not crispy and crunchy. Some other times there's different types of styles. So the design foam, if you want curls that are very defined, that's the foam for it. And that's a hold like of a 9. So you might need to recocktail it with something else.
I was just wondering, you know how you said that 20% of products are bought from stylists nowadays, or at the salon. Is that because of all the steps in between? Is that why it's so throttled down? Because by the time you get there, it is $12 a box, or is that from
Well, I think that there's a lot of independent salon stylists out there that do not retail. So that takes out that in our marketplace. There's a lot of products out there that are indie brands that are created just for social media. And so your clients are bombarded in their social media with this new thing. Just remember, all of these stars products are private labeled as well. So there's a couple on the East Coast too. So if, let's say you're a aspiring person, like, I don't know, Angelina Jolie wants to do her own hair care line. She's gonna go to these private label companies, buy 50,000 bottles of something at the same time, put it on Instagram, and off she goes. That's how that marketing thing is typically done.
And where are you guys with it? I just want to make sure I understand correctly.
We're totally into, like, we are focused on salons. We're not focused on making products for celebrities or hotel amenities or anything like this. Our owner, I'm one of the owners. The other owner has been the past president of Intercoiffure, owns a salon with 400 employees. He's very salon oriented. So our company comes from salon. It was a salon-based brand.
And another big selling point for these products are they are only working with us in Southwest Florida. So no other salon anywhere near here is going to have these products. It's not like even we're aware where there was 10 other salons in Naples that had the same product, just named differently. No one else is going to have these products. So we are maybe a tier up from everyone else. They really are working exclusively with us. That's the biggest selling point as well. Oh, and then another quick thing, Brenda, maybe you can talk about it. So the Cara shampoo conditioners, right?
Yes, here I kind of made the decision that we'll replace both of them because I kind of feel like the spa shampoo that we had was anti-aging, was the big selling point for that, right? So this puts a lot of moisture and protein and rebuilds and softens and all of that, just like the spa did. So we have like 2 in 1, keratins plus whoever using the spa, this will be good for that as well.
So what was that replacing? One product is replacing two?
Correct.
And what are we replacing?
Our keratin, current keratin, and the spa shampoo and conditioner.
Okay.
With that one.
What would be the process for everybody like interested in getting other products through them to communicate that? Like, what would be that? Do we have a process?
We don't really, so Brenda has been
I have been
testing
traveling
all
around to the
time.
salons for over a year, every couple months, coming in and trying to chat with you and get feedback about the products I've dropped off and what you need, what you're looking for. So
that would
when
be
I
their
show
open
up, talk to me.
invitation.
Yes.
Yeah, she does reach out.
That's why you're coming
I
there,
reach
is
out,
to
yes,
hear about
yes.
that.
Yes. And that's how these came about, is because of everything that people have told her when she has been going to the salons and the needs that we have. But you can text Brenda, absolutely, yes. Yeah. But do, use them and talk to her about them as well. If there's something that you feel like we're missing that we don't have.
And do we have like testers at the other, like, just so I know?
Well, we've had testers for a year. She's been coming around. But now, you guys are gonna actually get some of these. So they are nice enough to actually give all of you guys some of these products. So you will actually get to take them home and use them, not just in the salon, as well.
I will say this, that at my business partner's salon, what the stylist sold 90% of the time. So what they did is they had a meeting and they wrote down on one side of the paper, what do you use? And then on the other side of the paper was their top 5 retail products that stylists were selling. They were selling the things that they used most often. And so that doesn't necessarily, if you've got a different hair type, I mean, you could do all curly hair and it could be that situation, but just, I give products to you guys to use, and especially Elixir 11 can go on every hair type, so it's not a big thing, but some of them are a little bit more specialized in certain hair types. Go ahead.
Could you talk about the ingredients of the
Volume infusion?
the volume infusion and the straight and the smooth?
Yeah. So,
Our clients ask a lot.
yeah.
And like if you give them something that will catch their brain to be like, okay, let me use it, So that's what I would like to get from you. Like what would be the ingredients that will come for you to get these?
Okay, so a lot of times there is this really cool ingredient that's easy to say, but I'm not going to say, okay, you need to know VP, VA, copolymer, vinyl caprolactam, VP, dimethyl amino methacrylate. That is one ingredient. And that truly is the difference between straight old standard PVP and old formulas to give that crispy, crunchier hold. And if you're using volume infusion and you get kind of a more pliable, easy, softer hold, it's the difference between old PVP and the long, eeky name I just read off to you.
So
But it's hard to talk to your clients about ingredients when it's like something that's not natural sounding. They don't want to hear that. And it kind of freaks them out. But if you talk to them about the benefits, not the features or the ingredients, they always say that really good salespeople talk about benefits. So instead of like, I've got a lawn fertilizer and it's got nitrogen in it and it's got, organic phosphate and this, that, and the other. Or that salesman comes out and says, I've got a well-balanced, nutrient-rich fertilizer that's going to make your yard greener, grow better quality grass without weeds, and there's no brown patches. These are all benefits. And so kind of stay on the styling products on the benefit side that you see and talk to them. Okay, so are you having problems with your hair in high humidity being smooth? We have a smoothing product that can help straighten and smooth your hair and last through high humidity.
And we don't want to look like, okay, what I asked you to buy before, don't buy it now because we got this new. What's the reason? So
Okay, so say that we tested these products and we found that we needed more modern formulas. And so these are more modern formulas that will have better benefits, lasting results in the styling category is where they really want, and more compatibility with your hair type. So if your hair is already coarse, we're not going to put a PVP resin on it. We don't want to do that. We want to put something that's soft and makes your hair more manageable. It's hard to explain. It really is, and styling products are hard to sell. Absolutely. Healthier all the way around. Yep. Volume Infusion and Smooth and Straight have a lot of treatment conditioning ingredients in them. It's just hard. Styling products is tough.
We're modernizing our products. It's consistency. As they've probably seen, it's been very inconsistent with products since COVID. So this is consistency. This is directly to the manufacturer where, we can have feedback and make, so it's a much more personalized experience for the guests. And they can't get this anywhere else. So it is like so tailored they're very special that they get to even try this.
And our products, the products that we have had in the past have been old. We've had them for a long time. There's really not been anything new and exciting. So a lot of our clients, even if they love that Keraserum, they're over the Keraserum because they've bought it for the last 10 years. This is your opportunity to say, but this is new. We've tested this. We found this. These are better ingredients. These are this, and we're not ordering the other products anyway. So you don't even have to say, well, I still want you to buy the old stuff. That's not available. We don't have it. So now you say, but this is better. This is so much better. And it's more concentrated. You don't have to use as much of it as you did with the other products. So that's your selling point. Brand new, exciting. We're all excited. We all love it. We want you to try it.
If you see a lot of difference between what you had before and what we have, figure out how you can cocktail maybe a couple of products to get that same result if they're stuck on that older product. Because I think that cocktailing part is well, this one's got a little firmer hold, or this one doesn't have quite as much hold, or that sort of thing. Just listen to her and try to figure out what options you have, if you will. Again, we try to give a pretty good amount of concentration in resins. So more likely than not, you're going to be backing the products back with Brilliance or Moroccan oil or something that you're cocktailing to cocktail down the hold.
Well, and I feel like throughout our history of purchasing products from companies, we've never had somebody in my history come and share detail. So I think it's a very luxurious experience that we're selling to the guests. It's different than anything we have ever had.
Here's also what I offer too is if your clients have questions about something, I take all texts. So Brenda, anybody, you can text me. My number is, write this down if anybody's got a question, 317-752-1620 and just text me. That's it. Just like, hey, my client is allergic to da 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 da. Is that in your product? And I will tell you if it is. Or if my client is allergic, a lot of times it's an allergy situation that you don't know, you can't ask, and you got a question. Yes, please. Just say, hey, my client went to the dermatologist today. I'm at a ROP. She's using blah, blah, blah. Is this safe? That's the most common question I get. There's other questions out there, though, but, I mean, that's the most common. Yeah. Oh, good question. Her daughter's recently diagnosed with gluten allergies. Our products are all gluten-free. Yep. We don't use any wheat-based product. There's a lot of wheat protein that's used out there in other formulations, and that's a gluten, and that's kind of been an issue. So our proteins are not wheat-based. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Is she standing on a chair?
Waiting for Anita. Can I have you guys somewhere?
You should lay down right in the middle.
Robert, can you go in the middle?
Yeah, you should be right in the middle.
You don't have to kneel. You need to go in right behind me. Okay?
Name test off, people. Yeah, these are name tests.
Check. Alright, let's do a fun one. Fun one. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. Alright, I think we're good.
All right. Everybody has a group? In a group? Has your leader? Good? How was that lunch, by the way? That was awesome, wasn't it? That was really, really good. I mean, artichoke always kills it, but I don't know, something about today's food was really good. Maybe it's you. I don't know. It's delicious. It was a good meal. I usually don't enjoy that in events like this, but it was like tasty, good food. Good company. Yeah, really good. Yeah, I like that, right? Except some of you are asking when we're opening these up, right? Teasing you all day like that.
Just for the leaders of the group. Hey.
Captain, vice captain. That's right. Vice captain.
Anybody know what an epitaph is? Epitaph? You know what an epitaph? It's a phrase or form of words written in memory of a person who has died. It's especially as an inscription on a tombstone. It's the dash on the tombstone. There's the beginning year, the end of the year, and the end of the life, and the dash in the middle is the what their life was for. I know it sounds heavy, but it's a real, to start to think about what you want yours to be. Like if you got to write your dash, what would it say? If you got to write what your life was for, so it's a powerful exercise. It gets you present to what is really important to you when you think about what you want to be known for in life. How do you want to be remembered? What your contribution to the world was. The focus shifts from the mere fact of death to the quality of life lived during that time. It's the inscription that sums up your life, the final words that tell the world who you were and what you stood for. So you're going to write your own. So it's a chance to think about the legacy you want to leave behind. What do you want people to remember you for? What values, accomplishments do you want to define your life? By writing your epitaph, you're setting a clear intention for your life. You're giving yourself a vision of where you want to go, which can guide your decisions and actions moving forward. So, there are some... Anybody ever go to the Haunted Mansion in Disney World? Where you walk by the graves and they have the "Here lies Fred," you know, whatever he was stood for, whatever they were. That's an epitaph. Here's some examples. She had a way of making her problems feel a little less heavy. He was always ready to roll up his sleeves and get to work helping others. She made the world a better place, one act at a time. He was the friend who never let you face anything alone. She was the kind of person who made you believe in the goodness of others. He didn't just talk about helping, he made it happen. She had a heart for helping, and she shared it with everyone she met. So what you're going to do in your group is work together on creating what yours is. What do you want to be known for? And you can ask them, what are you known for? Because they know something about you. And they get you started on that. Okay?
Get some wine first. I mean, at least now we need it.
So you're going to reflect on your life. You're going to think about what matters most to you. Your values, your passions, your contributions. Consider the impact you want to have on your family, your friends, your community, and our family here. Be authentic, right from the heart. It's not about crafting the perfect sentence. It's about capturing the essence of who you are and what you want to be remembered for. As uncomfortable as it is. Okay, any questions? Well, you're going to talk about it in your group. You're going to help each other work it out within your group. So I don't know that you'll need to share it in front of everybody if you don't want to. But just going to help you with the next part of the afternoon. So you want to kind of have this teased out a little bit. A sentence or two at the most. And if you're really at a total loss, ask the person next to you. They know you. They know what you're about. They'll give you a hint. Giving yourself a vision of where you want to go. It's anything alone. She was the kind of person who made you believe in the goodness of others. You didn't just talk about help. Consider the impact you want to have on your family, your friends, your community, and our family here. Be authentic.
He's so much more sneaky.
I'm not afraid to say it. They were. I mean, that was. Yeah, that's what they were. I know. So amazing to me. Imagine.
Kind? Me and Maria were doing just say, yeah. They said I was patient. I didn't say I had to control. It's what was meant to be remembered. Myself. I find that a cool. Oh my god. Live every day to the full. One lifetime. And what about?
This is what we got. I always feel that way around you. I get it.
Go with the
I laughed so hard. I thought it was the funniest thing. I laughed so hard. I tried so hard to be quiet. I was like, that's so funny. He was like, he picks his battles. He's like, okay.
Yeah, don't let me like crazy lady.
The look he gave you, it was amazing.
I just put you on. You only live once, guys.
They have a good mirror if you want. I don't have my phone.
You need to go to the doctor. Do you need to have a checkup on anything? Maybe you want to, once a week. You want to go to boot camp? You want to have a detox day every week off? Okay. Get rid of excess in your life. One of the assignments over the lunch period was to talk about what you'd like to work on, what's not working as well as you'd like it to, some things you complain about, some things you'd like to. Yeah. Virginia, yeah. So now you have your books, right? You have the little black book? You got your little black book? So you're going to make a list of those things. And you want to think from some areas that will affect the quality of your life. Your health. Our health is our ultimate wealth, nurturing our mind, our body, and our spirit. That will enable us to live a balanced and fruitful life. Your physical health, your emotional and spiritual health, your financial health. Some things to think about. Care for yourself like how you'd care for someone else. Treat yourself like someone else you're responsible for helping. We tend to take better care of our pets than we do ourselves. When a pet is sick, we diligently follow the prescribed care. Yet when we're sick, we fail to fill or take our prescriptions. Take time to appreciate the good things in life. Pet a cat when you encounter one on the street. Suffering is inevitable, and some people just seem to have a worse lot in life than others. Life helps us to see things from a different perspective and to balance the good and bad in life, so life seems worth living. Surround yourself with people who want the best for you. Make friends with people who want the best for you. We become the average of the people we spend the most time with. In the wrong company, we can end up in a bad way. Befriend people who want the best for you. We are all being, just some of us are better beings. Learn to tell the difference. Some people are beyond help. Stick with the winners. If people are determined to screw up, let them. So you want to make your list on, whatever it is that you want to put an end to. And if it's bold and audacious, I want to run a marathon, you'll want to break it down, because we're going to do this in our groups too, okay, by X date, I'm going to do this. But whatever it is that's been something new or something that's been around a while that you're willing to commit to for the next year, that might be uncomfortable. It might not be fun. It might be something that you're nervous about putting down to commit to, because we're going to work on this together through the next year. So you want to start to make whatever that list is that you were thinking about over lunch, and just put that down there, some things you'd like to do, some things you'd like to have happen. You need to go to the doctor? Do you need to have a checkup on anything? Maybe you want to read a book every month. You want to take a hands-on class. You want to mentor a student. You want to do yoga once a week. You want to go to boot camp. You want to have a detox day every week off, not wine, but digital detox. Go ahead. You're good. Go take care of it. You're good. I love you more. Okay, you're good. Exercise. You want to get more sleep. You want to volunteer. You want to get in alignment with your significant other. You want to find a significant other. You want to get rid of a toxic significant other. You want to have a clean car. You want to purge. Get rid of excess in your life. Get rid of 20% of the stuff that you have that you bought from Amazon that's in the garage.
That's Tracy.
Plan healthy meals. Cook more at home. Self-care. Taking care of you. You know, this is a day where some of you couldn't resist taking care of everybody. You know, Delma's in the back picking up glasses and paper off the floor. You just can't help taking care of people. It's what you do. It's the business that we're in. But how are you taking care of you? Are you all taking care of you? Getting a manicure, getting a massage, getting a facial, taking time to yourself for you, not always doing for your family, being the one that has to handle everything. Got a lot of powerful women in here that do it all for everyone else. Are you taken care of? Are you taking care of you? Do you take time for you? Got powerful men too. Develop a gratitude practice. You want to start a daily gratitude journal. And by September, you want to write down 3 things you're grateful for every night. And the relationships goals, you want to strengthen your partnership. You want to strengthen your marriage. So one of the things you could put there is I plan to go on a weekend getaway every quarter, starting in October. Establish a weekly date night where you're disconnected from technology and you focus on each other. You can do that with your kids.
Do we have to share this?
What's that?
Especially you.
Just with each other. You don't have to do anything here today, but you just want to create it for yourself so that you have an aim for something. You could turn this into a vision board, yeah. You're going to want to have some sort of a...
Vision board class.
Yeah, they go to good together.
I'll bring my team magazine.
And you could use your epitaph as sort of the guide for this. Like if that's what you want to be known for, that's what you want to be remembered by, this will help these things line up with that. What's incomplete in your life? What's unfinished? Some dream you've had, but it's sort of gone by the wayside.
Sure enough.
Brenda, where's Brenda? Brenda's a runner, and Brenda started out at doing what, 5Ks? Then you worked up to 10K.
And then marathons at Disney.
Then a half marathon, then a marathon. But you didn't start with the marathon.
She had rats chasing her.
Half. You've done a half. You did a 5K, a 10K, and then a half, right? Is that next for you? Or no, you're where you need to be. But you didn't start with a half, though, right? Timey, but you started with 5K, right? So little baby steps. So your group leader, come on up to me. One, two, three.
So we don't have to bring anything, do we?
No, just you. Is this all the group leaders?
Yep. Hello, leader. Sorry.
That's okay.
Oh no, we get homework.
No, so this is kind of what we're talking about anyway. So this is all the group leaders? Is everybody?
And we all ended up with
Okay, so what you guys are going to do is just make sure that everybody, you're going to be the coach or the leader of making sure that everybody gets the gist of this, and they commit to some goals. Okay, you're going to help them with their list. This is just what we're basically talking about here. So that's your little guide that just lists everything out to help them along. But your role is to support them in creating their future.
So what was it again?
So you're going to help them create their goals for the year. There's also something in here that has the dates. Does it have the dates? Yeah. So the last page in here has dates. The last page in here has dates in it. So you want to have them be like milestones for people, the dates that are in here. So you got 1 month, 1 week, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and 12 months. So that they take whatever it is. So if it's running a marathon, running a marathon might be the end of the year. But then 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, what are the milestones along the way? Have a great marriage. What are the milestones along the way? Date night once a week. Quarterly getaways with my spouse. Have them break it down that way. Mm-hmm. Okay, clear? Got that? Any questions about that? So it's just up to you guys to make sure they have their goals and they have it mapped out. So you go to work and you're up to that, okay?
Everyone's goes on here.
No, you don't have to put them on there. Just make sure they have their goals. And you help it, and then you supported them in writing down what those dates are, so that they have milestones. So if it's, I want to run a marathon, okay, great, by when? They have that date. Okay, what are you going to do next week? What are you going to do next month? What are you going to do in 3 months? Okay? You actually want to break it down to what's going to happen tomorrow around this, next week, and 1 month. Start there. Just with, maybe it's you want to stop eating sugar or so much sugar. So you can't do that overnight. Like you can't, you'll have withdrawal symptoms. Sugar is so addictive. But you want to start, I'll see if I answer it here. So you want to start with, okay, I'm not going to buy Milano cookies anymore, so I won't have them and be tempted at night. Step 1, at the grocery store, don't buy cookies. Step 2, no sugar after 4 o'clock. By the end of September. So you want to put the dates on there so that by December I am sugar-free except on holidays. Like that, okay? You want to put some hard dates in there. Sleep. You want to have better sleep hygiene. You don't sleep well or you don't go to sleep when you know you should, so you have a good night's sleep. So you're up late, and then you're up early, and then you don't feel great during the day. So sleep, what's that going to take? Well, for me, literally, I got to tell my phone automatically will go dark at a certain time. And that's like my signal, get off me, stop it. Because if I don't start 2 hours before bed, I get wrapped up in nonsense. And before I know it, 2 hours of time's gone by and I watched some stupid YouTube video on some crime story that made no difference in my life at all. So, you know, you got to have things in place to get rid of these temptations that are everywhere to pull you away from what it is that you really want to have happen. So it doesn't live like something on a list, like, oh, that would be nice someday, but you actually have a defined amount of time.
And making it realistic, like, it's so easy to set a goal, but within those weeks, each week, making it something that I'm actually going to do. Because I can tell you, yeah, I'm going to go a whole day without my phone or something. Am I, be realistic?
Yeah, you should, to give yourself confidence along the way. I mean, don't try to bite off too much. But if you write out all the steps, you'll get yourself there. And that's your little group leader there is going to help you with that. So you put down, by this date, I will turn my phone off every night at 8 o'clock and leave it in the kitchen. Because there's some weird thing that happens with you when your phone is near you. That's really known, that when your phone is near you, you're still attached. Even if it's not going off, it has an effect on you. So one of the things could be on my detox at night, by 8 p.m., phone goes off. People, if there's an emergency, they know how to reach me. That number will get through. You know, you could set your phone up that way. It's going to be in the other room, though. So by when is that going to happen? By the end of September, I'm going to do that. I'll do it 2 nights a week right now. By the end of September, this will happen. Whatever that thing is, you got to have a hard date in there. If I want to lose 10 pounds,
Bye, Allie.
going to start walking. Thank you. I want to have an emergency fund. I want to put money aside so that when life happens and something bad happens, I don't freak out and have to put it on a credit card. I want to have $3,000 put away in a bank account to have a little peace of mind. All right, to get $3,000, I can put away $200 a month. I can stop going to Starbucks for 3 weeks and put away $75. So you have an emergency fund. So by when is that going to happen? What are the steps going to be? What are you going to cut out?
3 weeks would be more than $75. And the cost
It would
is
be more,
$7
right?
a day.
It would be more, yeah. All right, what else? So what are some examples of some of the ones that you have? Let me hear from some of you. What do you have?
No, I don't have a duck either. I make my coffee.
You're messing with my head.
You got some?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear.
Wait, what?
So what's one of your goals and what are your milestones? What's something you're going to work on and what are some of your milestones? Okay, so your health. Okay, and so what's your goal?
Going to the doctor?
Okay, so you're going to make a doctor's appointment. When are you going to make the doctor?
I have a doctor's appointment.
You have a doctor's appointment. Okay, good. What else is on your health list? Do you have anything else around that you have on your list? Not yet. Okay. All right, what else? Who has another one? Another goal that you've written down? I'm going to cook at home more. Okay, so what are you going to do to have that happen? What do you need to do to have that happen? Okay, go to the grocery store when? Once a week. That's your list. So how many times are you going to eat at home? A week. 5 times? Okay, so I'm going to eat 5 times. You can start that out this week or next week? Okay, next week. So you know you have to go, on your list should be go grocery shopping by Friday so that I can plan my meals and cook at home 5 times next week. I mean, how much money would that save? Okay, group leaders, does everybody have their, has everybody done the work? Everybody do the work, group leaders? Your group's taken care of, your group's taken care of, your group's taken care of? Okay, your group's taken care of? Group's taken care of there? Okay, group's good, group's good, group's good, all good, okay. Okay. All right. Say 1,000 pounds? Put everybody all together, right? Yeah. Think it'd be 1,000, or I don't know. If you could put me in there, it could be a lot. I don't know. I don't know.
I got 50 to it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, just checking in to see where you are, and you got your plan.
Yeah.
Everybody got their plan. Okay. All right. Good work. So so August of 2025. So you want to hold on to this list and this work. August of 2025, when we reconvene, wherever that might be, whether it's here or somewhere else, bring your list with you. So we'll see where you are. Now within your groups too, because you got somebody who you don't see every day in your group, you want to support each other with this. So the commitments that you made, you want to be able to check in. As awkward and weird as that sounds, like, did you do step one? Because here's the thing, it's really awesome to come up with a great idea and to think about, well, someday maybe if I got to that would be great. But if you leave here today with a solid commitment, a promise to somebody else that I am going to do this has been something I've been dealing with for a while, but I'm going to make something happen in this area of my life. It's time. The jig is up. Because you will find, as uncomfortable as it is, that it will alter your life. It will change who you are as a person. You'll get closer to that dash that you want to be. So use the people in your group and make sure there's some type of, hold them to account for this. Whatever it is that they say, whether it's speaking French or losing 10 pounds or running a triathlon, getting organized. Getting organized or having a clutter in life, having a car that's not clean. That affects your mental well-being. It doesn't mean you have to turn into somebody you'll never be. But even a practice of cleaning out the car once a week, but making time for that, because stuff always gets in the way. Or I want to have a clean space. Just making the bed in the morning. That's a simple thing and has a big mental effect on you. One little thing like that. I'm going to start doing that every day. The way you leave when you leave the house, it affects you that way. Okay, so how many of you have something that you're promising, you're actually committing to today, that you're going to make a promise to your group, or you already have, that there's something you're going to work on and handle in life? Yeah? Everybody has something? Anybody still not ready yet? You got it? Okay, good. All right, good. All right, so group. Oh, Riley, you said yes? Okay, good. You got it all handled. We just need to be like you.
Yep. Riley's got it all under control.
All right, so now what I want you to do is fold your book up, put it on the chair, and I want you to stand up, and everybody face this way. So stand up, put your book down. Everybody stand up and face this way. Make sure there's somebody in front of you and somebody behind you. So I want to talk about something, but I kind of hesitated to do this, but I think it's important. This is a picture of Caroline Ann Earhart. She is a daughter of a client and friend of ours, Michelle Earhart, and her husband Todd, who works with my wife Michelle at Arthrex. Caroline in this picture had just turned 14, and on August 13th, Tuesday, August 13th, she committed suicide. And it's heartbreaking, heart-wrenching, and painful. 14-year-old, I just can't imagine what that is happening with her parents, and just that a 14-year-old is in that much pain, is suffering that much, and just that was a better solution than dealing with whatever social pressures or whatever she had to deal with in her life. You just never know. Here's a girl, if you looked at her from the outside, had everything, getting ready to go into high school, in cheer, made the cheer team, and in all the clubs, and had a great family, but you just never know what's going on inside there. You just don't know. I bring this up not to make it somber, but to really presence the fact that you don't know, and what we get to do impacts lives in such a special way. We have no idea what's walking in the door and the impact that we have on human beings. And it's a, so they have a son as well. Yeah. And it's hard to even think about. It's hard to fathom that a 14-year-old. You know, it's hard to get beyond that. But I bring it up only in honor of her, because what we get to do is really special. We get to do something that nobody else on the planet gets to do. I mean, you guys, and you make miracles for people. Not just in how you make them look, but how you make people feel is a way they just didn't know they even needed, that gives them something that you don't know. You don't have a clue sometimes of what the impact is, and the kindness that you show, and the way that you are, and that our family of people is, and that we have a lot of work to do. So while it is sad and it breaks my heart, but in her honor, you know, her dash, in memory of her, that we get to go out in the world, and you're a representative of, you are a part of this. You make up what we are. You do. When you accept somebody into the fold, when we hire somebody and they don't make it and they get pushed out, that's because they don't have the heart. They don't have what it is, or it's not right for them at the time. Or by how you grow and develop the people around you, so that we grow, and that the people's hearts grow, and that the people that we impact are never the same again once they come in. So thank you for who you are. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for committing yourselves to this way, which is different and unique. And we have so much work to do. I mean, we're not perfect. We got a lot to work on in our family, and we're going to keep doing that. And I want to make sure that you're in a good place so that you can continue the campaign to make that space where people just, you know, can't wait to come in. You know, I'm sick of this summer thing. Like, how many years do we have to say, oh, it's summer again? Where did all the people go? You know, why don't we get to that point where they're beating down the door at summer, so there is no season, and then summer, and then there's 300,000 people here, you know? Like, we're going to work on that and make it a place where, you know, that people can't live without it, no matter who is president. We'll help businesses a little bit more than others, yeah, but they're not going to dictate how our lives go. We get to say. We keep doing it. We've been doing it for a long time, for a lot of presidents. So I appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks for taking the time to be here today, to participate in this conversation, because that's all we are. Robert of Philadelphia is just a conversation. There's a building with a name on it and, you know, a phone number, but really who we are, and when people talk about us, we're just this conversation of, oh, they are nice people, good people, kind people, you know, with the words that people say about you. So I'd like to hear from some of you. What are your takeaways from today? What are you leaving here today with?
Well, just something I wanted to say too is even not just the way we impact other guests, the way we impact each other, like as a team. Because think about like everything I've gone through in my life, many ups and downs, and throughout it, ever since I was 13 or 14, there's been different employees, coworkers that have like impacted my life. So we're not just taking care of the guests; it's everybody that we affect each other's lives, and it's my heart happy. And I'm so appreciative to Robert for all of this.
I'd like to say that this is amazing, getting together with everybody, and it's well overdue. I love you guys. I talked to all of you. I booked your appointments. I mean, there's little communications, but not like this. It's really nice to see the faces.
It is, isn't it?
Really say
Yeah.
hello and hug and
Yeah, it is.
chat. So this
Hell of a
is-
group,
I
man.
love this, yes.
It's a hell of a group. It's an awesome team. So proud. So honored. Yeah.
I think it's been fun just being together with people I don't get to see.
Yeah.
Well, we all don't get to see each other that much, so.
Yeah.
And getting to know people that I do
Yeah.
know.
Yes. So with the person next to you, and they could be any number, it doesn't matter this time. With the person next to you, just share what 3 takeaways are from today for yourself. Go back and forth. 3 takeaways of today with the person next to you. Go ahead and do that now. Come on back. So I want to hear from you. Raise your hand. Okay, you go first. One of your takeaways.
A takeaway for me is when they say the Robert Philadelphia Company is a family, like I genuinely believe that. Like I was telling Evelyn, like I don't mind leaving my actual family and coming here because it's like working with my best friends all day, every day, and I'm absolutely obsessed with all of you. Even the people I haven't met, like officially, hi, I'm Sam. I love you, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this. And it will be a year for me next month, and that's been the most insane year of my entire life. And I'm just really glad to be here. So yes, thank you very much.
Awesome. Very good. Well said.
Small changes beget big changes. So especially with like the timeline and organizing things, even if it's personal or professional, just the little thing, making your bed in the morning is going to create a wave.
Yeah.
For you.
Awesome. Very good. You could give her one of those. Yeah, she spoke up. Who else? What else? Takeaway.
That we have a great company behind our products, and that we should trust a little more or a lot more of those products because I'm very impressed with everything that the lady
Yeah.
explained to us.
Good stuff coming,
And
right?
eager
Yeah.
to, use as many as them as we can use, and definitely sell them, This is a good product.
Yeah. Be easy to sell, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Awesome. Very good. Yes.
My takeaway is the products. I like the products that we're gonna get. I'm excited for those. I like to sell them. But and then being with all of you. I don't see everybody every day. I see most of you every day. But so y'all, just like Sam said, we are family, a big family. And I will be here. I am this next month will be 1 year for me as well. So that's a lot. Yeah, the time goes by fast.
Yeah.
But I love all of you. Y'all are very funny, and y'all make me smile every day. Even though I'm shy sometimes, but getting used to that. So yeah. That's all.
Yeah. Awesome. I think there's another milestone. Oh yes, Riley.
What was your favorite?
My favorite part was all of it.
There's some. I think there's some.
My favorite part is always coming together. I always love seeing everyone, like Lexi said, like just coming back with the people that made an impact on you. Like, not that I've been here a long time, but my 3 years, it's impactful. Like the people at the village, the people at Bayfront. I've spent so much time at Benita that I get to see everyone at the other locations who I haven't seen for a long time. So it's like a family. It's always nice to come together.
Yeah. Yeah. Who else? Yeah.
Just little things to like you can be big things to somebody else.
Yeah.
We go along our day. Sometimes I don't want to go to work. I look at the book and I'm like, oh my god. And then but you don't realize even a little blip of time you get with somebody, if it's 30 minutes, if it's 5 minutes, sometimes it's like the only thing that they got going on that day.
Yeah.
It's just so much to them.
Yeah.
Just like little wake up calls that that you forget sometimes that like you have such an impact on people's lives sometimes that you don't even just stop and think about.
Yeah. Yeah. You really do. We really do. I mean, this is. you don't know how many lives you saved. You know, literally, like no joke. Yeah. Very good. Anybody else? Oh, did you want to clap? Go ahead, let's clap. Nice. Please, I mean, that sums it up, you know. I just, that's it right there. Just thank you. Just give a big round of applause for everybody. Well done. I love you. And guess what? It's 2:25, and it's earlier than we had planned. So that means you get 35 minutes of time that wasn't planned for your day today, and you get to do whatever you don't even have to tell anybody you got that 35 minutes. You can do whatever you want for that 35 minutes. Thank you all. I love you all so much. I'm so honored and appreciative of having you in my life. Have an awesome 35 minutes, okay, on your own. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, of course. I love you.